तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 7th chapter, verse number 31. Lord Brahma is describing the activities of Lord Krishna, who is Swam Bhagavan, and these activities will be elaborated further in 10th Canto. This is like the index to that. So in the previous verse he talked about Yashoda trying to bind Krishna and becoming successful after a long time because Krishna blessed her. And then she also saw the universe in his mouth when he was yawning. Now in this particular verse he speaks of another pastime. Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya pashad gopan bileshu pritanma sununa cha anhyapritam nisishayanam atishramena lokam vikuntham puneshati gokulam sma. Lord Krishna will deliver Nanda Maharaj from the bondage of Varuna, and he will also protect the cowherd people who were hidden in a cave by the son of Maya demon, this Vyomasura, and he will carry all the people of Vaikuntha, Braj to Vaikuntha, who were sleeping nicely at night because they worked hard during daytime. So this verse gives the formula how to get a good sleep. Indirect message. If you want to get a good sleep at night, then at daytime you have to work hard. Because it says, Anha Pritam Nishishayanam Atisramena. Sram means hard work, like ashram. Why ashram is called? Because people are supposed to do hard work. But now it has become just the opposite. When people are tired in their family life, they take to ashram. Many times people come to me and they say, oh, when I retire, I want to come and join your ashram. So they think that ashram is the place for retired people. But originally ashram meant place where you do shram, means labor. So they were working hard, anha pritam nishishayanam iti sramena, and sleeping nicely at night. And then they went back home to Vaikuntha, back to Godhead. So the meaning is that Brajvasis, they did not have to do any special effort to go to Vaikuntha. Generally, if you want to achieve some spiritual goal, then you have to perform sadhana. You have to perform some practice, spiritual practice, and if you do it properly, then you can attain the goal. In Patanjali's Yoga Sutra, in the very first pada, he has 2-3 sutras describing this. That one has to, of course, he talks about the 8 limbs, but then he says you have to start with Shraddha, and then you have to have Virya, Smriti, and then Pragya and Samadhi, 5 steps. And then after that he says that one can attain Samadhi only if one works very hard. But amazingly, he then also says that there is another reason, there is another process in which one does not have to work very hard, and still one can attain Samadhi, and that he has the sutra Ishwar Pranidhanadva. It says either you perform like this Shraddha, Virya, Smriti, Pragya, Samadhi, Labha, or Ishwar Pranidhanadva, that you can surrender to Ishvara, to the Supreme Lord. So Patanjali seems like a devotee in some sense because he is accepting it. And he is even saying it is superior to the other process, although most people don't pay any attention to this sutra. They are only absorbed in asana, pranayama, all these things. But they forget that he is talking about Ishwar Pranidhan. Pranidhan means complete surrender. Like Krishna is using this word pranipat. Pranipate, sevaya. So it has the same meaning, pranidhan, means complete surrender. And this surrender here is then explained by one commentator, the Gyan Bhikshu, as tajjapas tadartha bhavana. That to have bhav about the Lord. So this is what Brajvasis was doing. They were not engaged in any asana, pranayam, dharana, dhyana and so on. Anya pritam nishi shayanam atisramena. Daytime they were working as normal life, taking care of the cattle or working in the field, their family work. And at night they would sleep. And the result of that was that Vakuntham Upaneshati Gokulam Sma. The Lord, He will take them to Vakuntha. In Gopal Champuji Goswami has described nicely what happened at the end. Because Gopal Champu talks about the pastimes of Krishna in Braj in very detail and very poetic embellishments. So he says in the end when Krishna wanted to take them to his abode, the Brajvasis, they were asking that what will happen to us when we die, where will we go? So he says, if you want to see, I will show you. So then he brought one very big aeroplane, jumbo jet, and it was actually much bigger than jumbo. And he said that all of you come inside this aeroplane and I will show you where you will reach in your next life. So everybody got into this plane and it was very big. And after that, Krishna, he started the plane. And this plane made very big noise. Then it went up into the sky, and after traveling for some time, then it landed again. And then when it landed again, this place looked like the very place from which they have left. And then Krishna said, this is where you will go. So everybody was so happy. He says, oh, this looks exactly like the place we were living. And my house is right exactly like that. And same cows. Because people actually, when they live in a particular place, some village, town, city, they become attached to that. And they want that they can live there unlimited time. So he actually went up in the air and he brought them back to the same place. And then he again put them back and again went up and says, okay, now we go back to our original place. So the idea behind was that their Brajvasis, where will they go? Because they are already perfected beings, so they have to go their own place. But because this is Nar Leela, human pastime, so he shows them that you are not going anywhere. You are going to live with me eternally. Yet the feeling was given as if they are also going to the spiritual planet. So that is mentioned here, Vikuntham Upaneshati Gokulam Sma, that he will take them to Gokul. So Vikuntham, and that is also called Vaikuntha. So they are already in Gokul, and then they go back to Gokul again. But he gives them the feeling. So this is how Krishna makes them feel that these are manifest pastimes or unmanifest pastimes. But actually the people who are living there, they don't know what is happening. This is what is described in Brihad Bhagavatam also about the Gop Kumara. That he goes to Gokul, he comes back to this Bhaum Vrindavan, and he sees it looks same. And he goes up and down, and he cannot figure out the difference. Because Lord's abode is transcendental. What is the difference for him? Just avatar means that people start seeing his abode, and then he stops people from seeing it. It's like some play is going on the stage, and you remove the curtain, there is audience. Then they see the play. So this is called avatar. Then you close the curtain, and still the play is going on. This is a very different type of play. Usually the play starts only when the curtain is opened. Then the play begins, and when the curtain is closed, then play is over. But this is a play which goes on whether curtain is open or closed. Doesn't matter. So for some time Krishna opens the curtain for 125 years in one day of Brahma. He opens it. So then people of this world can see, and that is called avatar. Then he closes the curtain, that is going to Vaikuntha again. But they don't go anywhere, they remain in the same place. So this is the meaning that they don't have to perform any tapasya, any austerities, any spiritual practice. They are there. So basically, this is what path of devotion is, really speaking. That if one surrenders, then Krishna says, Mokshashyami Masucha, I will liberate you. So another one is that Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya. He also liberated Nanda Maharaj. Nanda Maharaj has gone to take bath in Yamuna. By mistake he went at night. Sometimes people are very much worried about Mangalarti. So they get up too much early when it is time to sleep. So he went because he was following Ekadasi. And when you don't eat on Ekadasi, you also cannot sleep well. Because sleep also comes by eating. So Nanda Maharaj, he woke up early, and since there was no clock in those days, he thought this is morning time. There was also no electricity. And he went to take bath in Yamuna. Now that is a forbidden time to take bath. So the servants of Varuna, they caught him and took him to Varuna Loka. So early morning there was a news in the newspaper, Nanda Maharaj kidnapped, or Nanda Maharaj missing. So then it was searched where he went in the report. So finally somebody said, I saw him going to Yamuna at night. So then Krishna went and he understood. So he went to Varuna Loka. And when he went to Varuna Loka, then Varuna himself came and he prayed to Krishna. So he immediately released Nanda Maharaj. So that is the pastime. Nandam cha mokshati bhayad varunasya. Actually Varuna, he wanted to see Krishna. And this is the trick he advised or devised to see him. So of course when he came back, then this was a very big news in the whole Raj. Everybody came to ask Nanda Maharaj what happened, where did you go? And whole day he was repeating what has happened. Like when some accident happens, then people come to meet and they're always asking how it happened. So they were all asking, but Nanda Maharaj, he was very much intrigued to see that the Varuna who was capturing Nanda Maharaj, he was worshipping Krishna. And this Nanda Maharaj could not understand that I am the chief of the village and he is my little boy and he is paying obeisances to him, and to me he is behaving as if I have committed some crime. So he was telling this to everybody, that this was most amazing, that Varuna, he came and he was worshipping our Krishna. So then everybody thought that he must be God. So then they started asking him that please tell us what will happen to our future. That story is there in 10th Canto, that he took them to this lake, Akrur Harada, and everybody took a dip, and inside they will see, and they will again see where they will be. So they will see the same place and they will come out very happy. But all will be all together again, everybody. Then the other pastime is that Gopan Bileshu Pihitan Maya Sununa. That this Vyomasur who was sent by Kamsa, he has stolen the cowherd boys and put them in a cave. So this kidnapping seems going on in the past also, because he also did that, mass kidnapping. Then Krishna went and he released them. So Sri Vishnath Chakravarti says, Varnasya Pashad Bhayam Nisiddha Smaya Snainam Mam Varunah Pashair Badhva Swaloke Eva Sthapishyati Iti Nanda Kartrika Yad Bhayam Tasmat. So Varuna, he has caught Nanda Maharaj because he was taking bath at the forbidden time. And he was fearing, his fear was that now I have to stay here in Varuna Loka. It did not trouble him, he was only fearing, not that Varuna has caused any problem to Nanda Maharaj. He will not do that because he only wanted to see Krishna. So Krishna released him. Vastutastu nandastena na baddha Krishna darsanarthina kshanmatram eva swalokam eva sthapita ityevam tattva. So he says that really speaking, Varuna, he did not bind Nanda Maharaj, because Varuna's weapon is ropes, pash. It's like Indra has thunderbolt. Like that, Varuna has a pash, a rope. He binds people with that. So he did not do that. He did not really bind him. But still, Nanda Maharaj had fear. So Krishna released him from that fear. Maya Sununa Vyomena. Maya Suna is this Vyomasur. Anhi apratam taddine Sriman Nanda Krishna or Vicheda Dukkhena Tad Anveshanartham Nana Vyaparena Chayuktam Nishi Tad Gatau Tashramena Shayanam Vikuntam Vakuntam. So about this working hard in daytime and then sleeping at night, he gives a different meaning to this Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He says that it is only on that particular day when Nanda Maharaj was carried away by Varuna that all these Brajvasis, they were very unhappy, because Nanda Maharaj was abducted and then Krishna went in search of him. So they felt separation from both Nanda and Krishna. And then to search for them, they did a lot of effort. Nana Vyaparam. They were going around everywhere in the forest. That is it, some beast has eaten them up or what has happened. And thus they were tired, and at night they slept. So then at night Krishna showed them Vaikuntha. This is how he explains this. Then in the next verse, Brahma says, Gopair makhe pratihate jvraj viplavaaya deve bhivarshati pashun kripaya ririkshu dhator chalindram sapta dinani sapta varsho mahindram anabhayka kare shalilam. Says that when Brajvasis they stopped the sacrifice for Indra, then Indra he poured heavy rains to destroy Braj. To protect the cattle out of his grace, Krishna he has lifted Govardhan on his hand for 7 days when he was only 7 years old. And he did it just like a play and did not feel any exertion or any tension in his hand. Mahidram aneg kare salilam. Like very effortlessly he did it. So this is also a very interesting pastime of Krishna to establish devotion. All the Vedas themselves prescribe sacrifice, and Krishna he is the speaker of the Vedas, and there was nothing wrong in doing sacrifice, something which is prescribed in the Vedas. But he himself stopped it to show the supremacy of Bhakti over karma, or these prescribed duties. So when this sacrifice was stopped, then Indra was upset. Buddha has also done that. He also stopped sacrifice, but he did not engage people in bhakti. Krishna stopped the sacrifice, but he did not disturb their faith in the Vedas. He only said that there is no need. You should worship something which is available right in front of you. So at that time Indra was very angry. It is natural that if you are getting some food from somewhere, like these mafias, what they do is that they have their monthly. In Bombay it is called hafta. Means every week they have to be sent money. And here in Vrindavan it is called
Chauth.
Chauth. That is the word. Means these powerful people, they go to the shopkeeper or people and they say that give us this much money.
In Italy we say pizza.
In
Italy, pizza.
So these demigods, they are also getting their pizza. And then it was stopped because Krishna said don't do it. So sometimes some of these people, they are collecting their chauth here. And then some another powerful person comes, he says stop it, don't give it to him, I will see what he will do. So then people stop. Then obviously the person who was getting it, he gets upset. Then he tries his muscles. That who is he? How can he stop it? So Indra, when he heard that his chauth has been stopped, he was getting it every year. So he was very angry. So he says, these Brajvasis, they are foolish people and they are listening to this boy. He is not even educated. How can they listen to him and stop my sacrifice? So he says, I will teach them a lesson. Because people are very much interested in teaching lessons. Whenever something like this happens, then everybody says, I am going to teach him a lesson. So Indra, he also wanted to teach a lesson. And what he can do is that he sends rains. So rains, they are welcome, especially here in India, where it does not rain much, at least this part of the country. But if it is too much, then it becomes a problem. So he sent rains, he also sent hailstorm, which we witnessed 2 weeks ago. And everything was getting destroyed. So he says Vraja Viplava because he wanted to destroy. Rain is actually very nice. Krishna says Parjanyad Anna Sambhava, that food comes from rain, grains come from the rain. But if there is too much rain, then there is no grain. So it was a heavy rain, that's why he says Abhi Varshati. Abhi means too much, all around, heavy rain. And all the cattle, because the poor animals, they have to suffer more than anything else. And we had this hailstorm, I was seeing the dogs on the street. They were running here and there and these heavy hails were coming and hitting them. And the cows, they were running also. They came out somehow because there was a noise on the roof. So they got scared and they came out and they were getting hit by this. So to protect them, Krishna, he lifted Govardhan. And he lifted it just like a mushroom. In the rainy season you have seen mushrooms, they come like an umbrella. This is what Shishupal was saying. When Shishupal was criticizing Krishna in the assembly of Yudhishthira Maharaj, he was saying everybody said that, oh, he lifted Govardhan. They don't know that Govardhan is just like some big mushroom. So it has been eaten by termites and it is empty from inside. So here actually it is said like this. Dharto Shilindram Iva Sapta Dinane. Shilindra means mushroom. That like a mushroom, he lifted it up and everybody came under it. So it became a nice umbrella, big umbrella. When you have umbrella, you stand, then at least your feet get wet. You can protect your head. And if the rain is coming from the side with the wind, it becomes very difficult to protect yourself from the rain. So this was a very big umbrella that nothing could harm. And because he lifted the mountain, it was not just from the ground, it was also from the below. So there was a nice basement inside, safe. So they were all in the basement, a nice roof, Govardhan on the top. And outside all the rain was being soaked by Sudarshan Chakra. He was going around, taking around. So all the cattle and everybody was happy. Of course it was not described from where they were eating for 7 days. So why he lifted it for 7 days? Because he was 7-year-old. Sapta Varsha, Sapta Dinanu. And sacrifice in Sanskrit is also sometimes called Saptatantu. Something which has 7 parts. So therefore, he lifted it for 7 days because he has stepped the Saptatantu, the sacrifice. So that was like equivalent to a sacrifice. Or you can understand that 7 days means 1 week. So he gave them complete protection. It signifies full protection. And he was not tired by doing it. This is what he wanted to show, that Krishna, although he did this, but nobody actually thought that he is God. This is the beautiful thing about Krishna, that he performed this pastime and they were not giving any ideas to the people of Braj that he is anything extraordinary. They were still thinking, and then these Brajvasis, they were also putting their sticks along with it. So they were thinking that we are all helping him. So of course once Krishna said that my hand is tired, they said, don't worry, we have our sticks. So he tried to remove, and then immediately it was shaking. So all of them cried that stop, keep your hand there. So Krishna, he actually wanted to bless Govardhan. because Govardhan he is so pleasing to him for helping his cows. He loves cows. He's called Gopal, protector of the cows. And this mountain is called Govardhan, means which nourishes the cows. So he was very happy, and therefore out of happiness he wanted to lift him. It's like when you feel happy with some boy, you lift him up in the hand and throw it in the air. People play with the babies. So like that he lifted it on his hand, and not only lifted on the hand but he put it on the head, means Govardhan is on our top. He is our protector. So that's why Govardhan has such an importance for Krishna Bhaktas. So Sri Vishnu Chakravarti says, Deve Indra. Indra is called Deva. The word Deva means gods or demigods, but it is also a specific name of Indra. Many times in Sahitya the word Deva is used only for Indra. Rirakshu, and to protect them, the cattle, and cattle of course signifies everybody else. Dharta Dharishyati. So although the rain was causing problem to everybody, but it specifically said that he was very compassionate on the cows. Pashun, literally cattle, refers to the cows. Because people could go inside the house, but what about the cows? They were in open. Daytime it was raining. So to protect them. Dharta Dharishyati, and because this will happen in the future, this pastime, and Brahma is reciting it. Different people have tried to analyze when was this question asked by Narada to Brahma from this. So one is that it looks like that he asked it in Treta Yuga, because he started using future tense for Lord Ramchandra. So he says that it must be before that, because before that he was using past tense. Somebody says this was asked in Dwapar Yuga. Somebody has analyzed that this question was asked just before Kali Yuga, but in the previous Kali Yuga, not this one. So different analysis they have done. So therefore, definitely when it was being asked, it must have been before Krishna appeared. So it could be anything, because this is the 28th cycle of the Chaturyugi. It could be any time before that, because Krishna comes only once in a day Brahma. So he says Dharta means Dharishyati. He will uphold in future Uchlindran Udgat Chatrakam eva, just like a mushroom. Anaghe Shramarahite, and he did not feel any exertion when he was doing that. Ekasmin eva kare, and he was holding it only on one hand. So this was the pastime performed by Krishna, and there are many other meanings. In Brihad Bhagavatam, Sanatana Goswami says that the reason why he lifted Govardhan is that because gopis, they have heard about Krishna, but they never got the chance to be with him or meet him. So this was the reason. When they all came together for 7 days, they were together, everybody in one place. And that's why he was not really angry at Indra, because Indra, he arranged it in such a way that Krishna, he was with his devotee, Brahma. Brahma, he has separated Krishna with his devotees. Therefore, Brahma recited so many prayers and Krishna did not speak one word. Brahma paid obeisances. He went around 3 times and then he left. He didn't speak one word. But Indra recited nice prayers and Krishna said, "Don't worry, I'm not upset with you." Because they were all together under the protection of Govardhan. And then in the next verse it says, Kridan vane nishi nishakar rasmi gaurya rason mukha kalpadayat murchitene uddipta smara rujam raj bhridvadhunam hartur harishyati shirodhandanugasya. This is describing about Raslila, and says that when Krishna, he will be playing at night in the moonlight, having rasa dance with the gopis while playing nice music. Kalpadayat murchitena. Kala means the beautiful sound and murchit means playing with that. Uddipta smara rujam vrajabhrid vadhunam hartur harishyati sirodhanadanagasya. And at that time, when gopis, they were very much absorbed in this yaksha, one servant of Kubera, he came and he tried to kidnap some gopis. And then Lord, he killed him. So this is the pastime described here. Nisi katham bhutayam nisakar rasmi gauriya dhavalayam. Says at night, when it was full moon night, and Krishna was enjoying with the gopis, rason mukha kridan bhavishyati. He was performing his Raslila. Dinantar bhavam shankachudha vadamapi rasa sanidhyat tat sahityene vaha kalayati. And he says that although this killing of Shankhachuda, it happened on another day, but it has been combined together in this description. Because really he was killed on another day. Jiva Goswami says that this is a combination of Raslila and this holy festival together have been shown. Because this holy time is the time that Shankhachuda was killed, I think by Balram. Kalpadasya madhurasput gitasya ayatam murchitam murchnatena. When they were singing nicely, Vraja bhrito gopas tesam vadhunam hartu Shankchudasya siro harishyati. So when Shankchuda, he tried to take away some gopis, then Krishna killed him. Yadva tasyameva Shankchuda vadhanantaram ardharatre rasancha karishyati rason mukha ityukte. So there are 2 explanations they are given, because Shankchuda killing happened in daytime when we read. And he says that either you can say that why they are described together, that the day Shankchuda was killed, and that particular night the Raslila was also performed. Daytime it was the holy Leela, the holy festival, and at that time Shankchuda came and he tried to disturb, so he was killed, and that night Raslila was also performed. Therefore the 2 things have been described together. So Jiva Goswami also mentions that Purvadatra Raslilaya saha Horika Leelam Eki Kritya Varnana. That like before here it's Raslila and Hori Leela, and he has used the word Horika like the Brajvasis, because here holy is pronounced as Hori, Here they say holy and here they say hori, so he is also writing horika. Since that these two have been together described. So this is the description, and still 3 more verses are there about Krishna. That we'll read in the next class.